Hello guys, welcome to another section of this YouTube lesson. Sorry I've not been consistent. It's been a while since when I uploaded a new video. So I think our last lesson we discussed about how to create a navigation bar using HTML and CSS. And today I will show you guys how to create a landing page in HTML and CSS. So without wasting much time, let me create my project folder. That's the folder I'm going to create my HTML and CSS. So I'll name it landing page, and I'm saving my folder in on my desktop. So I'll save this landing page. Then I'll head over to my VS Code, click on open folder. So I save mine on desktop. So wherever you save yours, make sure you navigate to the page or the directory and also click on the folder. So this is my folder landing page. Then click on select folder. So our folder is ready, but meanwhile we haven't created any file in here. So I go here by clicking on this new file. So first of all, I'll create index.html. Then also I'll create my CSS file. I'll name it style.css. So I'll head over to my HTML file and include the HTML5 structure. So the title should just be the landing page. So now, first of all, I'll link my CSS to my HTML file by using the link tag that's in between the head tag, and the name of my CSS is style.css. So I'll just type in style.css. As you can see, it auto completes the name of the CSS file. So let's head over to begin our coding. So first of all, let's create a section. And this section, we are going to give it an ID of, let's assume, banner. And in here, we are going to create enough bar, right? So we are going to put our UL tag in here, and also our LI, and also our E tag. I guess we supposed to before you watch this, make sure you go back to the previous video which I talk about creating a navigation bar so that it won't look new to you, because we discussed how to create a navigation bar in HTML and CSS. So I recommend you go back to the previous video so that you can be able to have a full view of what we are doing in this navigation. So let's give this home. Let me copy and paste this. um Sorry, let me give it services. Then let me give it about us, then contact us. So that's all for the navigation. And if we should run this, so if we should run this, this is what we are going to get right from the navigation bar. So let's proceed. So now let's head over to our CSS, right? And let's use this universal selector. Let's use this universal selector and clear the margin. Let the margin be 0, and let also the padding to take away any extra spaces. So let's also head over to our banner and give it a background color. So let's give it a background color of okay, let me use background image because I want to give it a gradient. So let me use linear gradient. Then I want to make the gradients to be applied to the right hand side of the layout. Then I want to give this midnight medium blue. Color should be medium purple, sorry. Then also this should be purple. So I also want to give this a height of let's say 80 vh. So that's it, and a padding button of 30 pixels. So if we run this, we can see our layout now. This is what we have from the banner we designed, the background color we give it. So let's head over to design our UL. So first of all, let's give it a lead style of none, and also let's I think overflow also should be hidden. Then I think we don't need to give it a background color. Let's just leave it plain like that. So let's go to our li. That's this li tag. Let's apply its own style. Let's float it to left. So if you refresh this, you can see it has flowed to left. So let's style our lia. Let's give it a text decoration for first of none. So if you refresh this, you can see let's take away the underline um property in there. So let's give it a display of block, and also let's give it a padding of 15 pixels. Then font family months. I don't know if I can get this font here. Let me use this. If I refresh this, you can see. So now let's give it a color. I think I didn't activate what wrap in here. Let's give it a color of FFF, which is hexadecimal code color of white. So if I refresh this now, I will get this. This is what I will get, right? So now we have done the navigation styling. So let's create another division also for us to style in our contents, and let's give this a class of content. So in here, let's give page one. Um, what should I name this? Okay, let me just get crispy food, right? Then I'll write in my P and type in Lauren. So this lorem is just meant for coming. Let me see if I can activate our word wrap over here. Yeah, so this lorem is just kind of, I think it should be a French language. It is mostly used to occupy a certain just like a text. Whenever you don't have anything tangible to write, you can maybe apply lorem for the meantime before writing in something else. So if we refresh this, you can see we have this over here. So let me copy and paste this so that it will be a bit much. So let me refresh this now. So now let's head over to our div banner. I think the contents, I give it a class of content. So it should be contents. So now let's style this. So in order to style this, or better, I think if I should float this right, it will be better. It should be much better. So now this contents, let's give it width of 50%. If I refresh this, you can see here. Then let's give it a margin top of 70 pixels. I think I should break this down. Let's make it 120 pixel. Right, I think it is okay. So let's give it a margin left of 30 pixels. So this margin left is going to push it from the left hand side. You can see. Let's add this to be 60. 60, okay. I think 100 will serve much better depending on how you want it to appear, right? So now let's head over to the style our h1 now. As you can see from the content class, we have our h and what and p tag. So let's head over to our h1. So let me just give this a font family, the same thing with that of our navbar. So let's also give it fonts weight of 600 so that it should be much more thicker. So you can see it here, but I think the font size is too small, so I'll increase the font size to be 50 pixel. Also the color should be white. So if I refresh this from here, you can see we have something of this, right? So let's proceed. So we are done with this, so I'll just copy this styling here and use the same some properties to style my p, which I'll only take away the font width and also the font size. I will take that away. So let's run this and see this what we got. So now I think that's what we call line height 2.0 em. So me giving this is going to like push it from the top. As you can see, it has pushed this from the top and we are having something of this, right? Let me increase the padding of this my navigation. Let the padding be 20 pixels. I think it's looking much more better. So let's create a button now. Let's create a button. So let's make this to be like get started, right? So let's head over to our banner and let's make this button. Let's give it a background color of should I say black, and the padding of 13 pixels. So let me just see how it will look like, whether black is going to fit in for this color. Black doesn't look that nice. So which color is going to blend more with purple? I think that should be the same white. Let's just make it like this. Let me increase the padding. So let me give it a margin top. That it should push it from the top of 20 pixels. So if I push this, at least you can see. So let's give this padding of 20. So let's give it a border of none. Let me take away the border. So let's give it a border radius that is going to make it to be a bit curved. If I make this to be 40 pixels now, so the border radius is responsible for putting in this curve over here. That's the work of the border radius. But normally a button, whenever you put over the mouse, it's supposed to like change the mouse cursor to a pointer, but in here we don't have anything like that. So I think let's change the cursor should be pointer. So if you refresh this now, see once I bring my mouse it changes to a pointer. So let me also give it a font family of the same thing as this. So if I save this now, change the font family. So as you can see, we have created a landing page um for this crib seafood. I think let me do some kind of play around with it and also add a login page also for this, right? So now let me create another file and name this to be login.html. So let me type in my HTML structure. So let this be login. Let me just create a division for my login and let me give it a class of login. So now I've given it a class, so I'll type in my h1 here. So let me just give this login. So let me also create a form tag. Then I'll create label. This should be label for username. Let's create an input. The I think just placeholder, enter username, and I will also create a label for password. Let me just write this, but it's not even necessary for now. Input, the type should be password. So let me write a placeholder, enter password. So now I'll create a button for the login. So if I should run this now, let me just run this over here. Landing page, or this is what I should do. Let me just link in this landing page. Let me use login instead of contact us. So the name of my login file is login.html. So I'll just type it in here. So once I refresh, head over here, login, it has bring me here. Nothing tangible is being added to the page. Wow. Okay, let me open the CSS. Right, so let me also link my CSS with my login page. Let me push this up. So the name of my CSS is style.css. So let me head over. So as you can see now, we have a class called login now, right? So meanwhile, I want to apply a background effects, a background color of this to the body, right? But since I have this CSS over here, I just want to apply it to my login.html. So I will just come and do some internal styling here. Let me just add style, and I think I'll apply this to the body. Let me give it height of 100 vh. So if I refresh this, you can see we have something of this. So now let's style in our login now. So we have login. So I think I wanted a video on creating a login page. So please, you should also visit the video and watch it so that you can get what we are doing, because we are doing something similar with a different effects and formatting. So this login here, let's change the position to be absolute because we want to centralize this. So let's give a left of 50%, also top of 50%, then transform. Let's translate this both from x and y, minus 50 minus 50%, and let's give this a width of 500 pixel. Let's also give it a padding of 20 pixel. Let's also give it a background color of white. So if we refresh this, we are going to get something like this, right? So now let's proceed to styling our properties now. So we have dot login, then h1. So let me just give it a property of this h1. So I'll just copy and paste in this the property of this h1. So let me put in this, but just that text align should be center, and the color should be medium purple, medium purple. Yeah, it should be the color, right? So if I refresh this, at least you can get something of this. So but I think the font size, let me make this to be 40. So now let me give it a margin bottom of 50 pixel to see if that will serve better. Yeah, I think it's okay. So let's head over to our label and make some modification in our label. So let's also give it a color. I think no, the font family should be the first thing. Font family, I should use the same thing also. Yeah. So imagine bottom of 10 pixel. We should break it down. All right. I think it would be much better if I should add a break tag here. Okay, should be here. Okay. So now let's proceed. So let's head over to style our input. So the first thing I want to do is to give it a margin bottom of 20 pixel to break everything down. Okay, I still need to add a break here. I'll also give it a break also here. So please do that correctly so that it should break all of them down. Right, so we have this now. I think let me give this 40 pixel so that it should come a little bit up here. So now let's make the width of our inputs to be 100%. Let me do it from here. Is it 100%? So let's also give it a padding of 20 pixel. Wow, padding was too much. So I think let me make this to be 90 and a padding of 20 pixel. Yeah, I think 20 is still much. 15 I think should serve much better. Yeah, I think I think 85 will go in for the width. 95. So 95 is, I think, all right. I think let me just make this to be 100%. So the padding is going to be like this. I'll give a padding top of 15. Then the padding left should just be 5 pixel. Then the padding bottom should be 15. Then the padding right should be 5 pixel. Okay. So I think it's not bad. 87. All right, it's not bad. So now think we have, let me check in this login. Okay, I did this to be 50 pixel instead of percent, so that's why it's this is what I'm supposed to be expecting. So now I can give it a border of one pixel solid hash 999, so that it will be a look, a kind of hash, yeah, like this. So let me give it a border radius of 10 pixel. Is that much? I think that's too much. This should be 2 pixels, right? So now let me apply some over effects over this input. So whenever someone over the mouse, I want the border to be 1 pixel solid medium purple, and also I want to apply a little delay. Transition should be 0.5 seconds. It should delay for 0.5 seconds. Okay, I think this should be focus. Let me use focus instead of over. So I think let me use over since Chrome has this effect it's applying. So you can see once I bring my mouse, it changes the border, right? So let's style in our button now finally. So I'll just I think I style a button here. So let me just copy in this from here. So instead I'll make this to be login button, then put in this. But this time around I want the background color to be I want this to be medium purple, and I also want the width to be I think 100%, and the border should be none. So let me run this. I think we have something of this now. We have something of this. So let me just change in the color of this. Let the color be white, and also the font family, not font display, font family should be this. Also, let me head over to my login and give it a border radius of 20 pixel. So, so as you can see, we have created a login page of our choice. If we like, we can also add an image at the top of it. So thank you very much for watching this video. In case you have any comments, you should please note it below. So thank you, and please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel.